Last week, Peter Major from Cadiz Corporate Solutions had some rather interesting insights on beneficiation in mining. That was on the back of ARM numbers that we were analyzing. Let's take a look at what he said then, and let's then have a conversation with him on the back of that.
Beneficiation is not the answer. Beneficiation is what's crucifying our producers.
I love drama, so this is a very welcome having you at the desk, Peter, and for us to actually get a chance to take that conversation forward. Let's start with where you left off. Why is beneficiation not working in your view?
Well, beneficiation is quite high tech and it's very competitive, and it just works when you have a lot of important factors lined up, and we don't have any of those factors lined up, you know.
Those factors being, very quickly?
Well, first of all, you got to have an abundance of electricity, hopefully fairly cheap electricity. It's got to be very reliable electricity. Then you got to have an abundance of people, you know, technicians, high-tech machinery, and the ability to service it. And then you have to say, what are you beneficiating? Are you beneficiating silicon into a microchip? We got lots of silicon in this country. Should we start building microchip factories?
But I think if you look at it, Peter, government basically is banking on beneficiation as another source of employment creation and really just benefiting the country.
No, beneficiation must be the hardest way and the most expensive way to create a job on the planet. We had easy ways. Easy ways of creating employment are farming and mining, natural resources. That's the easy way to employ a lot of people and get big bang for a little buck.
I think it's very important that we're having this conversation now because there isn't a beneficiation action plan that's being put together. This is supposed to come out at the end of this month, if not next month. What do you think the miners are going to be looking for in that action plan that's either going to support or, you know, dismantle some of the views you've put on the table today?
Gee, I don't think the miners are even looking at this beneficiation plan. They're just trying to stay alive. You know, our miners are battling to take gold ore out of the ground. They're battling to have a furnace that can even melt that gold. So how can they look at further beneficiation? What do they want to do? Make solar panels out of the gold? Do they want to make jewelry? Bernard Swanepoel tried that at Harmony. And the government even backed him. The IDC helped him. But it turned out to be a white elephant. It didn't work. You know, the Italians make gold jewelry, the Indians make gold jewelry. We don't make gold jewelry.
So do you just see non-compliance likely just being the natural response that miners are going to have to this action plan?
No, I don't see non-compliance, but how can government tell a miner how to make the most money out of his product? Miners are capitalists, huh? Boy, they want to make money. They don't want to lose money, they want to make money. But these miners are all billions of dollars in debt. And to build an expensive plant and then you don't even get electricity, that'll be a double white elephant. In fact, that's criminal.
I think taking the electricity out of the equation, Peter, you know, government needs to create new industries. Mining is a depleting asset, and I know that really right now is still quite a big contributor to the economy. But I think if we then take the view that possibly we can create new industries, so what do we have left?
Well, what kind of industries do we want to create? You know, you don't just get a bunch of wise men around a table and say, let's create some industries. Who's going to fund these industries? And who are these wise men?
Okay, let's have a very quick comparative analysis, a market where beneficiation has worked and why it has worked, if you can give us a comparison.
I'm trying to think. No, really. Anglo-American helped build Columbus stainless steel, right? And they said this is not a juicy roast. This is not a dripping roast at all. In fact, we really tweak the numbers and we barely get it to break even. But it's a new South Africa, it's 1994, and we want to do our bit. And it won't just create some jobs, but we're hoping there's spin-offs because the world's going to use more and more stainless steel and we'll supply all of Africa. Well, it didn't work.
Well, here's an open invitation for our viewers. If you want to take Peter on and you want to table your side of the conversation as to why you think beneficiation should remain a key developmental policy in South Africa, this is your invitation. You can tweet us. The hashtag is Business Tonight. The handle is @CNBC Africa, or follow me @TheRealNoze, and we'll endeavor to get you to the desk and respond to Peter. Right now, though, that's where we leave it for Business Tonight. A very big thank you to Peter Major from Cadiz Corporate Solutions.